What are some of the biggest questions remaining for the Dodgers? The Angels disrespect Shohei Ohtani and Mookie Betts. Also, we're going to take a look at the Dodgers postseason bullpen. We got big injury updates and so much more here on another live episode of Dodgers Dugout Live.
It's time for Dodger baseball.
Welcome to Dodger Stadium. Dodgers win!
This is the golden age of Dodger baseball.
Grand slam! It's a double for Freddie. Mookie Magic!
They're going to make big signings. They're going to make impact trades. This is the most anticipated season in Dodgers history.
Dodgers have won it all in 2020.
Think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.
What is up, Dodgers Nation, and welcome to another episode of Dodgers Dugout Live. Everything you need to know about your boys in blue in less than an hour. My name is Doug McKain, credentialed member of Dodgers Media. You can follow me on X and Instagram at DMac_LA. If you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe to the Dodgers Nation YouTube channel. Working on our next giveaway, so definitely comment giveaway down below so you're eligible. We're going to announce that shortly. We're going to announce our big 100,000 subscriber giveaway shortly too. But make sure you subscribe to the #1 Dodgers YouTube channel. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and if you really want to support the channel, smash that like button. Now, a reminder that today's episode is brought to you by our newest sponsor, our friends over at PrizePicks. PrizePicks is the largest independently owned daily fantasy sports platform in North America. They are the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. It's just you against the numbers. Instead of battling thousands of other players, including pros and sharks, you pick more or less than on a 2 to 6 player stat projection and watch the winnings roll out. What sports are offered? PrizePicks offers projections on any sport you watch, including the NFL, the NBA, Major League Baseball, the NHL, PGA, college football, men's college basketball, women's college basketball, soccer, WNBA, esports, NASCAR, tennis, MMA, boxing, disc golf, Euro basketball, cricket, and so much more. Where can PrizePicks be played? PrizePicks is currently operational in over 30 states and Canada, not Ontario. So definitely head over to PrizePicks. I play it every single day, daily fantasy sports. You're going to love it. Definitely go over to prizepicks.com to get started and download the app. Of course, every episode of Dodgers Dugout Live starts with our poll question of the show. And I asked you guys over on the X, did the Angels make a mistake by intentionally walking Ohtani to get to Mookie? Right now, 81% of you say yes, while 19% of you, probably including Ron Washington's burner account, say no. So we'll get into that because that is the biggest story in Dodger baseball, and that is this team is different. So that's coming up here on Dodgers Dugout Live. The leadoff, the biggest story in Dodger baseball. So we are still buzzing about yesterday's Dodgers win over the Angels. Last night, Mookie Betts in extra innings. You had Shohei Ohtani batting ahead of him, and Ron Washington elects to intentionally walk Shohei to get to Mookie. And like Michael Jordan, Mookie took that personal. Mookie is a Jordan brand athlete. He did just that. Very first pitch, he got a hanging slider, and it goes for a 3-run shot that essentially ended the game.
It kind of went so fast, I don't even remember. I was just looking for a good pitch to hit, and he threw something up over the plate and put a good swing on it. Yeah, that doesn't happen often, so I kind of black out. I just knew, they walked show to get to me, and I was just like, all right. I mean, that's kind of what you want, but fortunately, it went well. I don't know. I just kind of decide as I'm stepping in the box what I'm gonna do. Just trying to get some good swings off on some pitches, and I know Freddie's behind me, so they're not gonna mess around, and so I'm just ready to go. Yeah, it feels amazing. Anytime you're doing something to help the team win, it feels amazing. But especially this group of guys, we got a really good group of guys, and I think we just got to continue to play Dodger baseball, and everything should be okay.
So there he is, Mookie Betts, not shying away from the fact that he definitely did take that personal. You could tell in his voice, you could tell in what he was telling Kirsten Watson on Sportsnet LA that he was a little surprised. And look, was it the right move? I mean, it depends on how you look at it. It depends on which metrics you want to consider when determining if that was the move. And I think for me, the number one thing I look at is the fact that Shohei Ohtani is at the plate. The Dodgers had already taken the lead earlier in the inning on a Miguel Rojas single to left to put them up 3-2. But with Shohei Ohtani at the plate and everything surrounding his return to Anaheim and the first time in a regular season game, they just did not want to see Shohei Ohtani be the guy that got the big hit, that got the big home run, that did that damage that would have ended the game. And you have Contreras on the mound, and Contreras, you look at the righty matchup there and of Mookie, and you look at the lefty matchup there with Shohei Ohtani. Well, if you look at Contreras on the season, if you look at his numbers on the year and you look at the splits, I mean, I think if you look at Shohei Ohtani in that situation and you look at the year that Contreras has had, especially against left-handed pitching where he has had success against lefties. If you look at his platoon splits on the season, Contreras versus lefties, they're OPSing 619 against him. Righties are OPSing 826 against him. So, I mean, you look at the fact that he did have reverse splits, and it's Shohei Ohtani in a big situation. And as great as Shohei Ohtani has been, you know why he's up at the plate. He's up there to do damage. He's up there to get a 2-run shot and put things out of reach for that Angels team. And I think that if you're Ron Washington, it just came down to the fact that, hey, anyone but Shohei. It could have been Chris Taylor, Miguel Rojas, Tommy Edman, Kevin Kiermaier, Freddie Freeman. Anyone but Shohei Ohtani. The last thing they wanted was social media running wild that Shohei Ohtani, one, already had a triple in this game that led to a run. Mookie had an RBI, 4 RBIs in the night for Marcus Lynn Betts. And then later in the game, he gets the knockout blow home run or knockout blow double or triple or whatever it may be. They just wanted to minimize Shohei Ohtani being the story any way they possibly could. But it backfired on them. It backfired on them in a big way because then you have Mookie Betts. This season, Mookie Betts, with runners in scoring position, he's 29 for 77, hitting 377 with an 1100 OPS. He's been incredible with runners in scoring position. He's been 10 for 24 with runners in scoring position since returning from the IL. He's also been extremely aggressive early in counts. And first swing, he crushes it. And usually Mookie Betts, he is Mr. Congeniality out there on the base pass. He's friends with everyone. I think if you did a popularity contest in Major League Baseball, Mookie Betts would easily win that by a landslide. Is there anyone in this sport that Mookie doesn't love or loves Mookie? And instead, you saw the emotion, you saw the passion. You saw a Mookie that said, you know what? That was an FU home run. Because guess what? Shohei's great. Shohei's the MVP. But I, too, am an MVP winner. And I think the biggest takeaway was, sure, I get it, the optics of it. If you're the Angels, you don't want to let Ohtani beat you. You want to try to set up the more favorable platoon matchup. But like we said, Ohtani has expanded the zone in big situations this year. Contreras has had success against lefties this year. I think what they should have done, if I'm Ron Washington, I pitch to Shohei Ohtani, but I pitch around Shohei Ohtani. I try to see him offer at pitches outside of the zone. Maybe he fouls one off. You get yourself into a good position to get ahead in the count, and maybe he flies out, maybe he grounds out, maybe he strikes out, but you just did not want to take that risk. And I think the biggest takeaway from last night in that situation wasn't that they intentionally walked Shohei Ohtani, wasn't that Mookie Betts came through in a big spot. We've seen him do that. It's just that there's nowhere to hide with this Dodgers lineup. There's nowhere where pitchers and managers can go where you're not facing a top-end hitter. Oh, you want to intentionally walk this year's MVP and a 2-time MVP winner in Shohei Ohtani? Sure, you can do that, but you're also going to face another MVP in Mookie Betts. Oh, you want to walk that MVP? Cool. Here's another MVP in Freddie Freeman. Oh, you want to walk Freddie Freeman, another MVP? Here's Teoscar Hernandez, who's been one of the most clutch hitters all season long. There is nowhere for pitchers to hide. This is the scariest Dodgers lineup in franchise history. I don't think there's any doubt about it at this point. The MV3 with Shohei, Mookie, and Freeman, followed by Teoscar Hernandez, who plays a major role in this, makes this lineup virtually unstoppable at the top. And they can beat you with slug. They can get on base. They can steal bases. They're not just great sluggers, they're also great hitters, and they take great at-bats in situations. And yeah, you're going to talk about the MV3 right at the top, the MVP winners, but don't kid yourself. What takes them over the top is the year that Teoscar Hernandez has had at the plate. It is the fact that this season, Teoscar Hernandez, with runners in scoring position, he's 43 for 150, a 923 OPS with runners in scoring position. He's hit 9 home runs and 9 doubles and 1 triple in those situations. Bases loaded, a 965 OPS. So that's my biggest takeaway is, yeah, sure. Was it the right move? Depends on how you look at it. Are you trying to fight the narrative or trying to win the game? And I think that there is a world where they could have pitched to Ohtani and might have been better off in the end. I think they should have probably walked Mookie, and I can't get over it. I just can't get over it. Walk Ohtani. Who's next? Oh, checks notes, another MVP. Oh, walk Mookie. Oh, checks notes, oh, another MVP. It's Freddie. There's nowhere for opposing pitchers to hide. We got. Let's see what we got. We got comment down below though. What was your thoughts on that? Give me your takes from last night. Roberto Loya says, Mookie says they walk Shohei to get, they walk Shohei. Let me give those Angels a taste of my medicine. Boom. Out of here, 3-run bomb. Noise by Noel. We got noise by Noel. Might as well just, you can just tell me. He says, Angels wanted to avoid that storybook ending from Shohei as much as possible, even if it meant Mookie getting that bomb. LOL. Hey, absolutely, Noel. And I think, too, the other big takeaway from yesterday is you look at that loss for the Angels. You look at where their season is right now. That loss for the Angels, that guaranteed them another losing season. Yep. They're 57 and 81. So you lose last night, another losing season. You're in last place in the American League West. Your road attendance has gone from 5th in the sport to 29th. They're as irrelevant as any franchise in professional sports right now. And that's not a take. That's just a fact.
It's facts, man. It's crazy to see just how everything played out yesterday. And I was listening to the Sportsnet LA broadcast after, and Jerry Hairston made a great point. He said that in those moments when a player gets intentionally walked, that way they could get to someone else, the entire dugout is then yelling at the player to go up there and show them what's up. Like, anybody that's played sports knows how it is. If you get targeted in basketball and football and soccer, you have to prove yourself. And the emotion that we saw from Mookie Betts afterwards, that was incredible. Him yelling, him dapping everyone up. He wasn't smiling. He had pure fire in his eyes, and he was just saying, like, did you guys forget who I am? And just like you said to Kirsten Watson, like, he was like, all right, like, y'all get what you want then. It was awesome night. Yeah,
I mean, pick your poison, right? Pick your poison, and Mookie made him pay. And I think the other big takeaway here is that I like this version of Mookie Betts, batting behind Shohei Ohtani, up there with runners on base, where he can be at the plate with run scoring opportunities. And it reminds me of the Mookie we saw last year that hit 39 home runs. Early in the season, Mookie was heading towards another MVP season, but the slug was down and there wasn't as many ducks on the pond for him to cash in on. And you see him capitalize on that. And I think it's just the most Angels way to lose a game ever. But it's definitely, look, it's definitely the lesser of two evils for them. It was definitely painful for the Angels either way, the way they handled it. And also, I mean, what do you guys think about the tribute yesterday? I think the tribute, the tribute was mediocre. But here's the thing. Everyone's criticizing the tribute, right? Everyone's criticizing the tribute. Everyone's saying, oh, the Angels should have done more. Give me a 30-minute video presentation out there thanking Shohei Ohtani for his 2 MVPs and his contributions to this franchise. That would make sense if there were Angels fans in the stands.
Yeah, it was
Right?
all Dodger fans.
It's all
They see
Dodgers
him play
fans.
every day.
Great. Dodgers fans are just getting confused because Dodgers fans don't want to see the guy in that old uniform. That feels like years ago. Yeah. I do say that I would think the guy, whoever with the Angels, made that graphic that said Shohei Ohtani used to work here. I didn't know if it was real. They deserve a raise.
Yeah,
they deserve a raise.
I don't know if it was real either, but I did see that. That was pretty funny.
It was real.
It was
Yeah,
real.
I confirm that.
Okay, yeah. Well, yeah, that was pretty good. But in terms of like the actual tribute itself, I did see the Angels posted the video on their social media, and I was seeing on Twitter that they apparently played it like while Ohtani was walking up, but they didn't play it when he actually went up for his at bat.
And it was like pictures, right?
It was pictures.
It was like a slideshow.
It was like a small soundbite of when he first like addressed the franchise for the first time, but there wasn't like much emotion behind it. And when you consider how it was in spring training, where he actually like addressed the crowd, it just felt like that spring training one was more special. And that's weird. It was spring training. You know?
It's strange. I get it. Artie Moreno is the petty king of Major League Baseball, but the one that I saw, if we're talking about the same one, and I'm pretty sure it is because it's on ESPN's TikTok, it looked like it was a Microsoft PowerPoint that was made by an intern. I mean, that is how you treat someone. I don't know. What do you think, Antonio? Tony Taters, what are your thoughts on the tribute? Did they do enough? Did it matter?
Nah, man, come on. I mean, it was sweet for them to do it, but like you said, that one photo that him saying that he used to work here, I was dying. I didn't think that was real too. But hey, man, he did a lot for that franchise, even though it was full of Dodger fans. I don't know. It's cool. It's funny because we posted that thing the other day or yesterday. It's like no tribute. And I feel like maybe there was a little influence in that, but you never know. But I thought it was cool.
I definitely think they were absolutely 100% influenced by the social media backlash or potential for it. But the truth is, everyone that I think knows Shohei Ohtani, and at least what we see from him, what we hear from him, the look in his eyes, I don't think he cares at all. I truly don't. For me, I think Shohei Ohtani says, let me get to the plate and do my work.
Is it a new chapter of his career?
Yeah, he is. That's your high school girlfriend, right? That's your Angels were his high school girlfriend. You had some great times. You went to the prom together. You really grew as a person, but then you guys grow apart.
Yep.
You're going to college. You're going off to bigger and better things. And his first job, pretty nice job, $700 million deal with the Dodgers, making just $2 million.
Pretty good rebound, huh?
Pretty good rebound, 100% for Shohei Ohtani. But here's Shohei after the game talking about his return to Anaheim, all the emotions that went into it, and about the Dodgers win against the Angels.
Oh my gosh.
You know the attention of the man behind the curtain.
Okay. You got it. まあレギュラーシーズン初めてだったので、はい、もちろん楽しみにしてましたし、まあ勝ちたいなっていうのがやっぱ一番だったので、いい形で勝ててよかったなと思います。
Yeah, first time in the regular season, obviously playing in front of the team, but most importantly, it's about winning the game, and I'm glad that we won. ホーム、ふるさとに戻ってきて多少感情的になるところもあると思うんですけども、何かそういう場面っていうのは今日ありましたか？
そうですね。まあアナハイムのファンの人たちの前でプレーできるっていうのがまず一番かなと思うので、本当に感謝しかないですし、まあ本当に今日ここでプレーできたっていうのが自分にとって大きなことだったなと思います。
The biggest part of all of this is really being able to play at the stadium in front of the Anaheim fans. That was the part that was special for me.
So there you go. Shohei Ohtani mentioning the fans, talking about how special it was. I think he's thinking of bigger and better things. I think he realizes what's at stake in his career. And this is the first time in his career he's been playing relevant, meaningful baseball in September. Believe it or not. Someone in the comments says, Birasama says, bruh. Give you a bruh for that one. It says 99-cent store banner. Bruh. That was funny. By the way, shout out to the great Mr. Juan Dorado from the Dodgers PR who was behind that, and he fixed that situation. But yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure that the Angels are behind that in some capacity. Peter G says Angels equals Clippers. Look, as bad as the Angels have been, do not put them on the same tier as the Clippers. Okay, that's just not fair to the Angels. Angels have a championship. Clippers haven't been to a finals. That's no. Clippers, there's levels to this, and the Clippers are a couple rungs below the Angels as a franchise for sure. But I would say the current Clippers, though, the way they're running with Steve Ballmer, they're headed somewhere. They got the financial resources, and the new Intuit Dome is really cool too. Justin Lamas in France. Comment allez-vous, Justin? Hollywood.
Bonsoir.
International.
Je m'appelle D-Mac.
Ah, parlez-vous.
Parlez-vous, PSG. But here we go. We got McLovin 30. By the way, McLovin, super bad, one of my favorite movies of all time. McLovin 323 LA. If it ain't a torta, no me importa. That's what Ohtani told reporters. Good one over there. Hollywood hates tortas in baseball. It's from Justin Lamas. It's all Artie's fault for Mr. Classic. Smash that like button for D-Mac. Yeah, definitely smash that like button for your Los Angeles Dodgers, who are rolling right now. They've won 12 of the last 15 games. They have the best record in Major League Baseball. And yeah, like I said at the top, this team is just different. They really, really are. They can beat you in a multitude of different ways. They can slug on you. They can hit big home runs. But people forget this. How big was Miguel Rojas last night? He continues to play elite defense. He also got the base hit that put them ahead in the 10th inning. Tommy Edman gets a big base hit in the Saturday game against the Diamondbacks. You've had pitching, bullpen, the way the bullpen can protect leads, the bullpen protecting leads. I mean, look, I followed this team my entire life, literally my entire life. Something feels different about this Dodgers team the way it felt different about the 2017 team. This Dodgers team feels completely different. There is an element of we are going to find a way to win this game by any means necessary. We don't know how we're going to win this game, but we are going to win this game. Is it going to be via a big home run last night? Mookie, big 3-run shot. Is going to be by a big base hit, Tommy Edman? Is it going to be a bullpen that continues to protect leads? Last night, the Dodgers bullpen, they went 5 innings for the Dodgers pen, and they faced the minimum. That's how good that pen is. Guys are healthy. Blake Trinan's back. Ryan Brazier's back. Michael Kopech has been elite. You have an elite closer for once. Yes, he's not going to be doing all the closing, but you have an elite fireballer guy that can go out there and pump gas in big spots. And then for me, it's just about hoping and praying that you get Tyler Glasnow, Yoshinobu Yamamoto back as your 1 and 2. But behind that, Jack Flaherty and Gavin Stone. This is the best that the Dodgers have looked towards the end of a season since 2020. As far as the players they have, who's healthy. Mookie's rested. Freddie's rested. They're going out there and they're getting the job done. The depth is as good as it's been. There's something different about this Dodgers team. Now, no one's guaranteed a World Series. You still have around a 16% chance of winning the World Series because baseball is going to baseball. But right now, you don't have to think like the previous 2 seasons. You got Shohei, you got Teoscar, a different Dodgers team. Now, switching gears a little bit, we're going to talk about the biggest development yesterday that wasn't on the field, and that is an injury update on Yoshinobu Yamamoto. So let's talk some Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Yesterday, he made his second rehab start. He allowed 2 runs. Both came in the first inning. He allowed a walk and a double. Those both led to runs. He also had 3 strikeouts. So that first inning there, he gave the 2 runs. Nothing major. The walk, a little bit of a concern. You want to see as much command as you want, but still, he struck out the side. So even though he gave the walk and the double, he struck out the side. And the expectation was that he was going to go 3 innings in his second rehab start. But unfortunately, an at-bat against the Sugarland catcher, Omar Narvaez, where he fouled off 11 pitches, that led to a 17-pitch walk to start the second inning. So he strikes out the side in the first frame, comes out, faces Omar Narvaez, and 11 pitches were fouled off in a 17-pitch walk. You're not going to see that very often, and that raised Yamamoto's pitch count up to 53 after the first 2 frames. So he didn't go that third inning, but I think the biggest takeaway was, 1, the swing and miss was there. He generated 8 swings and misses in just 2 innings. The strikeouts were there, and the velocity was consistent to where we've seen it this season. He was pumping 95.4 miles per hour on the four-seam fastball. That's pretty much exactly what we've seen from him this season as far as his velocity average. So you look at 95.4 miles per hour on the gun in minor league starts, and then you compare that to when you're on the mound in the postseason, that kind of fastball is going to play because you're going to pump 97, 98, and reach up to 99 if you need to in that big spot. I had a minor leaguer tell me recently about Yoshinobu Yamamoto down during these rehab starts, and they asked Yamamoto, hey, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, do you like pitching in the minor leagues? And Yamamoto just smiled and shook his head no. Okay, so he doesn't like it, but he's getting the job done. So imagine when he starts to like it again when he's pitching at Dodger Stadium in front of 50,000 plus Dodgers fans in electric environment in a postseason game. So I think the big question for me with Yamamoto remaining is how much does he get stretched out? And is he a lock to be your game 2 starter? And how many starts can you get from him before the end of the season? Because if he does come back next week, theoretically, you could still get 2 starts at the big league level. Ideally, you'd get more, but that's still pretty decent considering that there were some fears about his return and how things were ramping up for him. I think that 2 starts, you get the layoff because the Dodgers, they're going to win the division. I'll tell you that right now. And there's a good chance he can finish with the best record in baseball. And then he'll be in a good spot to start in the postseason. And I've seen people out there saying, oh, pump the brakes on Yoshinobu Yamamoto being the savior for the Dodgers in the postseason as far as him being a frontline starting pitcher because he's a rookie. It's not a rookie. Is his first year in the show? I don't consider this guy a rookie. This guy has been playing professional baseball for a long time. This is a multi-time Sawamura winner, the Japanese equivalent to the Cy Young. And I'll never forget during the offseason, when there's no baseball, I'm looking for things to do. And I watched Game 6 of the Japan series on replay. Don't ask me why I did it. Sure, there's other things you can do in life, but I chose to do that. And the biggest takeaway for me in that game is Yamamoto put his team on his back when it looked like that series was over. In Game 6 of the Nippon Professional Baseball Japan series, Yamamoto had a 14 strikeout complete game on 138 pitches to help the Oryx Buffaloes stave off elimination. They beat the Hanshin Tigers 5-1. He gave up 1 run with no walks, and those 14 strikeouts were a record for the Japan series. And let me say that one more time. 138 pitches. Dave Roberts wouldn't know what to do with himself. You would have to put Dave Roberts in a straight jacket and lock him to the dugout to have a pitcher throw 138 pitches. And what was so impressive about the start is he got better as the game went on. He retired 17 of the final 20 batters he faced. He gave up 3 singles in between on soft contact. But like I said, he gets overshadowed. Yoshinobu Yamamoto, he's not the biggest star in Japan. That's Ohtani, but he might be second, might be third, might be fourth. Certainly in the conversation, he won 3 straight Sawamura awards. He finished each of those years that he won the Sawamura award with the pitching triple crown. He led the Pacific League in wins, strikeouts, and ERA. This guy is elite. He's a star. And talking to Japanese reporters, they all tell me one thing about Yamamoto. The bigger the game is, the more he wants the ball. And for a team that's seen struggles in the postseason with their pitchers, someone like Yamamoto is definitely going to change things. I absolutely believe that. I think for me, here's the Dodgers postseason rotation right now. If everyone stays healthy and everyone gets healthy, this will be the Dodgers postseason rotation. Tyler Glasnow in Game 1, Yoshinobu Yamamoto in Game 2, Jack Flaherty in Game 3, and I think right now Gavin Stone has earned the ball in Game 4. Remember, you only need 4 starters in the postseason. But this is the best the Dodgers rotation has looked heading in October, if everyone gets healthy, and yes, that's a big if with capital letters, that we've seen in a long, long time. But let me know down below in the comment section, how confident are you that Yamamoto comes back and balls out? I'm very, very confident. This guy is cool, calm, and collected. You heard Tyler Glasnow mention it. This guy, nothing phases this guy. The sandwich, $4.99. Ohtani is the mayor of Town. Gonna give that a fire take. We need tons of pitchers, and they have depth. They have depth. That's the beautiful thing. That is the ultimate champagne problem for the Dodgers starting pitching. Now we're having the conversation with things looking on the up and up with guys like Glasnow and Yamamoto and Buehler and Bobby Miller. The conversation is, what are you doing if you have too many pitchers? If that's the conversation we're having by the end of September, that's the ultimate champagne problem. That's what you want. And certainly Walker Buehler, we broke down his outing last night. He's trending in the right direction. Curveball's working for him. The command is better. He gave 2 home runs yesterday. One was a bad pitch to Hoppy. The one toward really wasn't. So I still like where Walker Buehler's trending as well. We got D-Mac. Are you going to the game tonight? I am Omar over on YouTube. We got Tiger Man, Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Velo is back. He's getting reps. That's all that matters. Absolutely. It's all that matters is the reps and how he bounces back today and how he's feeling. We got to BC says the Angels are 27th in average and 28th in OPS. That's a fair point. That's not a good team. So that's not going to be denied, but he also had his moments against one of the best offenses and when he faced the Orioles. So it's, for me, the execution of the pitches that I'm focused on, and they're still big league hitters for sure. And next injury update, another positive one. Same game yesterday. Brusdar Graterol, he started his rehab assignment with Oklahoma City, and he gave up 1 run on 3 hits, 3 singles. He pitched the 5th inning. He had 1 strikeout, and it was the first game that he had pitched in over 4 weeks. So to see Brusdar Graterol back on the mound was definitely something to behold. And we'll see how he continues to progress. If he gets to 100% and they find a way to give him some opportunities at the big league level and he finds a way to be effective, it's tough to keep him off that postseason bullpen. And I think, too, you can still use him for later rounds, too. You can still have him back for the NLCS or the World Series. So you just want as much depth as you possibly can have. Now, how many of you guys even remember who Connor Brogdon is? But the Dodgers, Connor Brogdon, he's been pretty much out the entire season, and he's had a long rehab stint. And if you don't remember, the Dodgers, Connor Brogdon was pitching with the Phillies, and he's continuing that rehab assignment with Oklahoma City. And yeah, before that, he had a rehab assignment with Single A a couple Saturdays ago and threw a scoreless inning with 2 strikeouts. So that was Saturday. And he did pitch yesterday as well. He pitched a shutout 6th inning, gave up no runs, had 2 strikeouts, issued 1 walk. And now he's pitched in Rancho Cucamonga. He's pitched at Oklahoma City. He's made 7 appearances on his rehab assignment, and he's already up to his 18th day, which was yesterday. So they're going to have to decide what they're going to do with him, but he's on the 60-day IL, and he's probably not going to be an impact player or anything like that, but that's his status. Now, we have to talk about Shohei Ohtani one more time because I'm getting a little annoyed by what I've seen over on the X, on Reddit, people talking about Shohei Ohtani and Francisco Lindor, and people claiming that Francisco Lindor deserves to be the MVP over Shohei Ohtani. So we're going to dive into that next on Dodgers Dugout Live. What up, Dodgers Nation? D-Mac here to remind you that if you have not yet, be sure to subscribe to the Dodgers Dugout Live podcast. You can find it wherever you get your podcast. So if you want to listen to the show in audio form, when you're driving to Dodger Stadium, when you're driving from Dodger Stadium, when you're commuting to work, wherever it is, you definitely want to lock into the podcast. We're going to start featuring some podcast exclusives, interviews. So definitely, even if you do watch the show daily on YouTube, be sure to subscribe to the Dodgers Dugout Live podcast wherever your podcast. So be sure to do that. It really supports the channel. And as always, think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out. And welcome back to Dodgers Dugout Live, the #1 Dodgers show on YouTube. By the way, if you have not yet, do us a huge favor and subscribe to the Dodgers Nation YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, hit that like button. Let's dive into the comments here. We got Matthew, a $4.99 super chat. Who would you rather see, the Padres or the D-backs in the postseason? Good question, fair question. Right now, I think the Padres, what scares me is they have a bullpen that's really built for October. You have starting pitching that could have success as well. But I'm taking the Padres because I'm not going to back down from a challenge. And I think that really engages the Dodgers early on. I don't think that last year they truly thought the Diamondbacks, even with their rotation like it was being decimated by injuries, was going to beat them. The Padres, the antennas are up. The antennas are up. You got the revenge factor. And with this lineup, I mean, it's kind of a cliche, but it's the Dodgers versus the Dodgers, right? And as long as the Dodgers are doing what they're supposed to do in a 5-game series, it can get tricky if you lose a game early in the series in the first 2 games. But still, give me the Dodgers over the Padres. I want that. I want Dodgers Padres. I want Dodgers Phillies because I want to go into that raucous ballpark and win in Philadelphia. Bryce Harper, you're a pretty big star. Shohei Ohtani is a bigger star. And then I want to see the Yankees would be great, but I want the Astros. My preseason prediction was Dodgers-Yankees, but I want the Astros, man. Let's go down below in the comment section. This season depends on 2 things from the very beginning. Luck's coming back and Yamamoto's pitching in Major League Baseball. I like what I see now. It's from Matt Leiter. Veronica Martinez, leave the Clippers alone, D-Mac. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. We got to Beer Samas. Mookie looked hype. I really want to see Mookie like that this October. Yeah, we want to see Mr. October, not Mr. August, not Mr. September. Last 2 postseason series, it's been rough for Mookie Betts. He's gone 1 for 23. He hasn't had the success, but Mookie's out to prove it. And I think one thing that really rang true yesterday was that was the Angels World Series. And I was thinking about Mookie's quote before the season started where the Dodgers are every team's World Series. Now, that hasn't always been true throughout the season, but I guarantee you it was true for the Angels because that Angels team had nothing to play for. I mean, you look at Joyce throwing 105.5 miles per hour, the second fastest pitch behind Aroldis Chapman's 105.7. So the adrenaline was certainly pumping. But let's talk some Francisco Lindor and Shohei Ohtani. Mets fans are trying to make the case that Francisco Lindor deserves the MVP over Shohei Ohtani. Well, let me preface this by saying that Shohei Ohtani could struggle the rest of the way, and Lindor could have success the rest of the way, and there's a good chance that Ohtani is going to still win the MVP. But Ohtani's not going to struggle the rest of the way, and he is going to win the MVP. It's a lock. Shohei Ohtani is winning the MVP. Like I predicted before the season, it's going to be the first DH to accomplish that. But if you look at the betting odds right now, Shohei Ohtani's at a -2,000. A -2,000 to win the MVP. That means if you bet $10, you win $10.50. Francisco Lindor is at +650. So if you bet $10, you win $75. And I don't know if people know this, but since 1931, the MVP award has had a very specific criteria. 5 things. The first thing, actual value of a player to his team. That is strength of his offense and defense. So unpacking that one, there's no doubt about it. Francisco Lindor has had a better impact and a more meaningful impact on his team defensively because 1, he plays a premium position, and 2, he plays defense, period. Whereas Shohei Ohtani has played no defense at all. He's the designated hitter for the Dodgers. And if you look at their B WAR, Lindor at 7.2, Ohtani at 6.7. This combines offense and defense. Now, if you look at their overall numbers, the WAR as a whole, though, Shohei Ohtani, 7.1 WAR, Lindor 6.4. Games played, Lindor 139, Ohtani 136. Plate appearances, Lindor has more at 633, Ohtani has 626. But outside of games played and plate appearances, Shohei Ohtani has better numbers in every single other category. Hits 158 to 155. Home runs 44 to 30. RBIs 99 to 84. Stolen bases 46 to 26. Batting average 292 to 273. On base percentage 377 to 343. Slugging percentage 617 to 500. OPS 995 to 843. OPS plus 177 to 137. They're going to be talking about Francisco Lindor's season in 2024 until the rest of the year. They're going to be talking about Shohei Ohtani's season in 2024 until the end of time. It's a historic season. So yes, you guys know my thoughts on the importance of defense. Defense is very undervalued. It's also an imperfect science as far as using metrics to fully evaluate defense. And the shortstop position outside of the catcher spot is the most important defensive position. And Lindor plays that position at an elite level. But who won the MVP last year? Ronald Acuna Jr. Even though Mookie finished with more WAR, Ronald Acuna Jr. won the MVP. Did you know that Acuna Jr. was a negative defender last season? But why did he win? 40-70. So if the defense isn't there, the team accomplishments are there for Shohei this time around. The way to have the ultimate trump card over defense is do something that's never been done. Do something historic. And certainly, if you're going to have a 40-40 season, that's already something. If you're going to have a 45-45 season that's never been done, that's really something. But to go 50-50, he's going to win the MVP by a landslide. Mets fans, go home. Stop trying. This is an argument you're not going to win. And I like Lindor, but it doesn't make sense to think that he's more valuable to his team than Ohtani is to the Dodgers. Mets might not make the postseason. The Dodgers are going to finish with the best record. Mookie missed significant time. Freddie's missed time. Shohei has posted all year, and the base running has made up for not going out there and playing defense. Look, if Shohei Ohtani was in the outfield and he was a below average defender, would you think, oh, he deserves it now? He deserves it now because of what he's doing. Would you really think that? Look, the second criteria for the MVP ballot, number of games played. Lindor's got the nod there. Not a deal breaker. Third is general character, disposition, loyalty, and effort. A lot of intangibles there. That go either way. Former winners are eligible. That's the fourth. And 5, members of the committee may vote for more than one member of a team. So it's vague at certain points, but the only one that really matters is one. Actual valuable player to his team. That is the strength of his offense and his defense. So look, this whole he doesn't play the field argument, the steals make up for it. It's a no-brainer. It's a lock. Okay? And this is no slight to Francisco Lindor. You're going to finish second, and it's going to be impressive, and you'll always be known as the guy who finished second in the MVP voting the year that Shohei Ohtani potentially went 50-50 on him. And he's still on pace right now to hit over 50 home runs and steal over 50 bases. But let me know down below in the comment section, what's your thoughts on that? The Lindor versus Ohtani MVP debate. The infamous El Guapo. Ohtani gets 50-50 MVP and his first ring in the same year. Fire take. Mr. Classic. Lindor will be watching Ohtani play in the postseason from home. Jose Alvarez, Dougie Fresh. Greetings from Germany. So is it only a matter of time before we get Rafael Devers from our buddies at Fenway next year? I mean, he signed a big contract. I wouldn't have him high on the list as far as a trade guy. But Paul C., Showtime will be MVP. Book it. Chris, preface Ohtani, in my opinion, the runaway MVP for NL doesn't be the first 44-44 ever end the conversation about Lindor, much less 50-50? Yeah, absolutely. There's no doubt about it. But here was Shohei after the game. And, here was Shohei after the game during the broadcast, just what he said about just the season he's having and how meaningful it is to contribute to wins any way he can. So I think that he said all the right things too, and he's done all the right things as well. And yes, it's the Dodgers. We understand that. There's no doubt about it. But still, I think that when you look at this team and where it stands, you definitely are going to have him as your team MVP, and he's going to be the league MVP. 499 super chat from the sandwich. Slam Diego is a myth. Bottom line, little comment of the show for that. No doubt about it. We got what is the Dodgers' best defensive lineup from William? I would say so defense during a game for substitutions or defense as if you're starting. Well, look, we'll start off with this. Kevin Kiermaier in center field. He's a left-handed hitter. So you would have to have a righty on the mound, and that could potentially take Tommy Edman out of the lineup. But Kevin Kiermaier in center, Miguel Rojas at shortstop. Miguel Rojas this year is 11 outs above average, 97th percentile. He's been elite in every sense of the word when it comes to his glove work. Then Tommy Edman, let's be honest, if it's just defense, Gavin Lux has played well this season. Tommy Edman at second, though. He's won a Gold Glove at second base. Then you could have Kike in left, Taylor in left, Kike at third, something in that combination. I don't think you're going to see that, of course, as a starting lineup. Absolutely not, 100%. But where you could see them go with their best defensive lineup, it's in a late game where you're holding on to a 1-run lead, a 2-run lead. That's where you could see that. We got some more comments down below. If Ohtani lived in Greek times, he'd be known as Otamius Go Thomas. That's definitely a fire take for sure. We got Poor Angels. I miss you, Mike Trout. I remember Mike Trout was so good. Rebecca Michelle David. I love Mookie's emotion as he's entered the dugout after the bomb. That's from Bofadiz. Bofadiz. That's going to give you a bruh for your username right there for sure. We got Kenny Chung. The way the Dodgers have been hitting lately, it's becoming a death lineup. I mean, did I not say this was the death lineup when Edman made his debut? And it certainly is. And it's the length, it's the quality bats you have down the order. It's Miguel Rojas continuing to hit, Gavin Lux continuing to hit. We got someone asked me about a piggyback start. Could you have a piggyback start in the postseason? Yeah, you absolutely. I mean, it's possible. I think, like we said a couple minutes ago, Glasnow, Yamamoto, Flaherty, and Stone, they're right at the top of your rotation. But I think, who knows? Imagine. So I'm not ruling out Clayton Kershaw pitching in the postseason. I know we've got a lot of doomers that think Kershaw's done and this and that. It's a toe injury, and a toe injury that's in a boot, that it's a situation where resting helps it. Look, I mean, you still have a NLCS, a NLDS, a World Series potentially. You got to get through one to get to the next one. But I think if Bobby Miller pitches better, if Buehler pitches better, I mean, what if you see Clayton Kershaw as an opener throwing the four-seam fastball, 89, 90, 91, nasty slider, and then you hand the ball off to a Walker Buehler or a Bobby Miller. Imagine going from an 89-mile-per-hour fastball to a 100-mile-per-hour fastball, the different looks that would give, and then you can save some arms from the bullpen. So, I mean, there are ways to look at potential piggyback situations. They haven't ruled out Tony Gonsolin. Most likely that doesn't happen this year. But we got some more here. I give Ray Soto, I give to Lindor. He's the best two-way shortstop. Yeah, he could take that title. He could absolutely take that title, especially this season. He's been great for his team, for sure. Yeah, that sounds good. Exactly, D-Mac, Rebecca. Yeah, for sure, right? I mean, it's definitely something to look at. Sammy Boy Smith says we should do a 3+3+3 rotation. That can get complicated, but I think when you look at everyone outside of the Glasnows, Yamamotos, and Flaherty's of the world, yeah, I mean, I don't think necessarily they're married to a traditional start for Gavin Stone, considering his rookie status, the workload he's had. He did have that little slump. I don't think he's going to have the longest leash out there because he's never pitched in a postseason game. So I think that's definitely fair. Buehler is moving up. That's from Jose Maida. He absolutely is. He absolutely is. That works. Short innings for Kersh and Buehler. Carmen Alexander. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Wouldn't it be cool? Wouldn't it be cool? I mean, you think you're done potentially with Kersh and Buehler, And not only are you not done, they combined for a piggyback start in the postseason. I mean, that would be some warm and fuzzy feelings if they could get that done. I think that'd be pretty spectacular. We got Will Robinson. Dodgers are due for a hot streak. Now is a good time. Will Robinson, I agree with your take. Give you a let's go Dodgers. But it just really points to the fact that we are so freaking spoiled that they've won 12 of 15 games and we're hoping they're going to go on a hot streak. They are on a hot streak. This is what a hot streak looks like. And I think that they're going to win tonight and sweep the Angels. We got D-Mac. Do you think Mookie feels some kind of way about all the attention Ohtani is getting? A couple of weeks ago in an interview, he said he was just there to support Ohtani. This is from W. Bazil over on YouTube. So I asked Mookie about Shohei Ohtani being at leadoff, and he told me that Shohei can do whatever the hell that Shohei wants to do. And I know that he's had some comments that can maybe be interpreted that way, but I really don't believe that's the case. I really don't. I asked Mookie Betts about his Mount Rushmore baseball players. The second name that came out of his mouth was Shohei Ohtani. He thinks that he's the GOAT. He thinks he could be the best baseball player in the history of the game. So I don't think that Mookie feels any type of way. I really don't. I think Mookie plays the game for the right reasons. He's a selfless player. Let's not forget, Mookie said, you need a shortstop? Man, I haven't played shortstop at the big league level full time in my career. I'm 31. I'm going to the Hall of Fame, but sure, I'll do it. The team needs it. I'll do it. Mookie is as selfless of a superstar as you're going to find. And I think that you look at his numbers since coming back, batting behind Shohei, I mean, he's killing it. He's absolutely killing it. So, I mean, Mookie is not unrealistic. Mookie knows where he's at this stage of his career. He has lost a little bit of a step as far as his speed on the base paths. And then on top of that, he doesn't have to worry about playing shortstop. He's in right field. He's batting second behind Shohei, and he can focus on doing what he did last night. And if you look at his numbers this season, batting in the 2-hole, 20 games so far, a 906 OPS, but the slug's gone up. The slug has gone from 488 to 550, batting second. I think that Mookie is in a great place. The on base is a little down from 405 to 356, but we're getting that slug Mookie. I think Mookie is living his best life right now, and I don't think that he's mad about Shohei. I think that he loves having Shohei here, and I think Mookie just loves to play the game, and he wants to win championships. We got Cole. D-Mac, I don't see them walking Lindor to get to another MVP in the lineup. Ohtani, the MVP of MVPs. It's a fire take. Love that take from Cole over on YouTube. Go Tawny's homer today. All right, let's do our called shots. I'm going Shohei bomb. Shohei bomb tonight. Shohei Ohtani goes deep. How about you, Antonio? Tony Taters, give me your called shot.
I'm going to go with another Mookie Betts. He's going to pick off where he left off last night. Why not?
Another bomb?
Let's
I
go.
like it. So first inning?
Yes.
First pitch?
With Ohtani on second base.
So after Ohtani, double or a single and a steal or a walk and a steal?
Let's do double.
Double, okay.
Double off the wall.
Double off the wall. Off the wall. Great album, Michael Jackson. How about you, Mr. Young Lotto, Noel Sanchez? Who's your shot?
I don't want Freddie Freeman to feel left out. I think it's his time. He saw his buddy go deep yesterday.
Okay.
I think he's going to turn up, Mr. Lefty over there.
I like it. I like it. Give Freddie Freeman some love. So the MV3 seeing a lot of love. And I think tonight, I mean, you have, I think Muncy goes deep too. I'm going 2 shots. I got the correct 2-shot prediction.
He almost did yesterday.
He almost did.
Yeah.
He almost went yard.
Let's do a score prediction for tonight.
Score prediction. I think the Dodgers win tonight. They complete the sweep. You got Griffin, Canning, a right-handed pitcher going up against Bobby Miller. The question is, how does Bobby Miller look like against this AAA lineup? I mean, this 4A lineup, whatever you want to call them, for the Angels. Dodgers win. I think they win by a final score of 7-3. 7-3 Dodgers.
All right.
You want to throw one out?
Yeah, I'm going to go double digits. I'm going to get 11-2 win. Dodgers.
The bats did wake up. I like that take. How about you, Tony Taylor? You going to be a score? Drop your called shots and your score predictions too down below.
Let's go with 5-2 LA. The real LA.
5-2. The real LA. Not the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, of California, of United States, of Earth, of Galaxy, of Universe, of where the hell they think they're called.
Doug, you're ruthless today.
I'm sorry, man. The Angels, man. Roy Estrada says 7-2 Dodgers. Said Trill, Dodgers win 5-1 tonight. William Calderon 5-3 Dodgers. We got Brian Teresa says 7-2 Dodgers. 10-6 Dodgers from BC. Very scientific score prediction, D-Mac. 6-4 Dodgers from Ray Soto. Give me your called shots. Who's going deep though, too, guys? 6-2 D-Mac with the sauce from Brian Diaz. 5-8 Dodgers win. No Dodgers losses, I guess. We got the Dodgers 4-1 from Carol over on YouTube. 6-1 Dodgers. 5-2 Dodgers. 6-1 Dodgers. Okay, I guess no more. There we go. BC says Shohei home run. That's going to do it for this episode of Dodgers Dugout Live, though. My name is Doug McKain. You can follow me on X and Instagram at DMac_LA. If you haven't yet, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, hit that like button. And look, Nando390 says Noah gonna wear the Ohtani giveaway jersey to tonight's game. Bruh from Nando. But that's gonna do it, guys. See you tomorrow. And we're going to try to post something after the game from Angels Stadium. I will be there. If you're there, come find me. We'll talk some Dodger baseball. Roy Estrada, I like this one. Walk-off shot says Edmund first Dodger home run. But that's going to do it, guys. Remember, nothing brings us together quite like Dodger baseball. And until next time, think blue,